All right, hello. Welcome to the first official episode of Dungeons and Madmen's.
Yeah.
This is our
Whoa.
official Dungeons and Dragons podcast that is made over Zoom, and this is the first episode of that. This is kind of like the preliminary setting up the world and introducing of the characters and explanation of the rules. So it's not going to be like the actual game yet. That's next episode. This is like an episode 0 kind of thing. But I am Trace Reynolds. I am the Dungeon Master. We have Gabriella Picariello. We have Josiah Kangas. And we have Jesse the Squeeze Kriesel. And if you don't know, I don't know how familiar all you guys are with D&D, but Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game where you kind of like, I am the dungeon master, so I set up the story. So I'll say, like, you walk into a cave and there's 6 goblins crawling towards you on the ground. What do you guys do? And then Jesse can be like, I'll kiss one. And I'll be like, roll charm to kiss. Like, they basically, like,
That's you do.
they say what they want to do, and then I make them roll to see if they succeed or not. And they have different stats that affect, like, they'll have a strength stat that affects, like, their strength rolls, so they'll either get a bonus or they'll get points taken away from their rolls to see if they succeed or not. You'll kind of figure it out as we go along if you don't know the rules, but it's going to be a really good time. It's pretty much like improv with a lot more dice. So this first episode is just like the introduction of the world and the characters. Gabs was telling us some ideas for the setting of our D&D campaign. Gabs, would you please just enlighten us with these beautiful, beautiful ideas in your brain?
Okay, I have 2 main themes. The first one is that we're traditional, like, D&D characters, like mystical, magical creatures, but somehow we all got transported into the Dust Bowl, 1930s Oklahoma.
Are there mythical creatures that transported as well, or will we be fighting like
It sounds like a really important premise.
I think what would be really funny is either way, I think putting like our creatures in like very real context will be very funny and like easy for people to follow along and tune in on.
Yeah.
So my second idea, which is more the idea I want to go with, is that like we are our creatures, but we're in a modern day setting, either in a high school or maybe in a college, and like we don't have control over which characters like whatever portal we came through, they can also come through. Jesse, you look so weird.
Jesse, I'm gonna put this.
Ignore me.
I'm gonna put this as the video for what's going on right now.
Oh, well, that's crazy.
Oh, is it not on the grid right now?
No, I'm just like, when the video gets posted, it's just gonna be Jesse doing that.
Yeah, of
God.
course.
For the entire thing, I think.
All right.
I like that second idea a lot. I was imagining like a wizard school, like Hogwarts or something like that. I think that would be fun. Just like a school setting in the modern day, but with mythical creatures.
Yeah.
What were you saying about like a portal?
So what I'm thinking is that we're from another world, but we're like inserted into like a normal setting.
Oh, okay.
So like we're the chaos, basically.
So it's just like the regular real world, and we are just like plopped right in.
Yeah, but we
Darn it.
like maybe we'll come in with a quest or something, and like we'll have to do, but like in the midst of like filing our taxes and
Because like, I
fighting
really
crippling
dig
depression. I don't know.
I like really dig that as a concept, but I just feel like the problem is that anytime we go to fight something, it's no longer a fantasy battle, it's homicide.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
our conflict wouldn't be on like the same plane as us,
You're right.
Like-
you're right.
Yeah.
which could be funny for like
We're just-
one time, but I think that would get old fast.
Just charging
Okay.
into the IRS, swords drawn.
Okay, so I think the wizarding school or some sort of magical like school thing would be good too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I plan on like changing it up a fair bit with
You
like
mean, like,
different arcs
on the
and different
spot?
settings. What do you mean?
You mean like coming up with new ideas on the spot and incorporating them? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Improvising?
Yeah.
What? Calm down, Trace.
No.
I don't need a script.
But hear me out. What if our school took place during the Dust Bowl?
Yeah.
Everyone has thick Southern accents, and they're all named Cletus.
And they are all
What?
thick themselves.
They are all thick. Very thick.
Thick Southern men with
Dust
thick
Bowl.
Southern accents.
Now that's how you sell a podcast right there.
Oh, I can't wait for all the fan art of the thick Oklahoma.
Gosh. Okay,
We
if you're a
can
fan,
make this.
okay, if you're a fan, draw me as a thick Southern man with a thick Southern accent.
Yes, please
Alright.
do.
Should we describe our characters?
Yeah, I
No,
think
Trace
so.
will. Oh, right? I don't know, actually.
No, you describe your character, give it a
Oh.
backstory.
Okay.
You guys come up with your own characters. I'm not going to give them to you.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All
But
right.
like whatever you want to do, I'm game. I don't care.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm a wood elf droid or
Okay.
druid. Named Melody.
Last name?
And none. You'll
Melody
understand why. Well, my background is I'm a criminal. My motivation, I was always bored, so I turned to crime to pass the time and discovered I was really good at it. My origin, I always had an affinity with animals, so I explored that and my talent, and that's like where my talents lie. And I use animals and nature to like fight things. Weapon of choice, bow and arrow, and my wit.
That's your second weapon of choice?
No, it's
Oh.
a dagger.
Oh, pretty much the same
Why'd you
thing
say
as
your
wit,
wit?
then.
It was a joke.
That's
That
what we do
wasn't
here.
obvious.
That's what we do here, Jesse. We make jokes.
That was really unclear in my defense.
Yeah, there was no indication that that was a
Didn't
joke.
come across as a joke.
Sorry.
Okay,
No
well,
offense, it just didn't.
no, you said she uses animals in combat. Can she like talk to animals and
Mm-hmm.
call them?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love
Yeah.
that so much.
So I don't have many friends, but I have a lot of connections in the animal world.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I'm also a lawful evil. That's helpful.
Cool.
Is that something we say now too?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Of course.
you can if you want.
Is there anything else you want to know about my character?
No,
Did you say
I think that's
lawful
good.
evil?
I don't worry about stats as much when creating the characters because of that stuff is kind of boring. So I don't even think any of that will be in this episode. We can do that off camera real quick. I can just give you some stats.
Okay.
But just like about your character, and I think that's perfect. I think that's a great amount of information about Melody, the wood elf. All right, Jesse or Josiah, you boys got a character? I love the
yeah.
faces you're both making.
I
Just
can go.
take it away.
All right. So I thought really hard, and I am Flim Flam Domingo.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
So I'm Flim Flam Domingo.
Okay,
What's your
first name
nickname?
Flim, middle name
No,
Flam,
no. First
confirmation name
Flim
the.
Flam.
Flim
Okay.
Flam.
No hyphen.
So-
Camel case.
So is it
Can I call you-
hyphenated?
Fs.
Is
No,
the
you said
Flim
no
Flam
hyphen.
hyphen? No
It's
hyphen.
two
Okay.
capital Fs, no hyphens.
But most
Gotcha.
importantly,
space?
can we nickname you
No space.
Little F?
That'll happen once our adventure begins.
Of
again.
course, yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah, you got to build up the relationship before you jump right into the nicknames.
Of course.
Goodness gracious.
So it's Flim Flam, last name Domingo. And that's like the Irish style spelling where it's a lowercase.
The apostrophe mango.
No, so it's B-A, but that's all lowercase, and then
Domingo.
capital M, Domingo.
Oh.
Wait, did you say there was an apostrophe in there?
No,
No.
There can be. Actually, no, that's better. There's an apostrophe in there.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I meant that all along.
This will fundamentally
Please.
change the outcome of the game.
Please tell me about Flim Flam Domingo.
Flim Flam Domingo is 4 feet tall, but with an ego of a 12-foot tall man. He's just a guy from a village. He just kind of fishes, and that's his thing. But he realized that he was so good at finding special herbs in the woods. And while finding these special herbs, he learned how to weaponize some. So he just carries around bags of herbs and throws them at people and sees what happens. And when that doesn't work, he has a big stick that's 4.5 feet tall. And he just
It's not that big.
whacks people with it. Hey, it's pretty big for Flim Flam Domingo.
Okay.
And when all that doesn't work, and this is a new addition because I just picked this up and realized I love it. He has a armless dragon named Blim Blum that just kind of pecks at people's heels so that he can hit them with his big stick
Okay,
while they're distracted.
so is the dragon like the size of the dragon you're holding right now?
It's like the size of a chicken.
The size
So
of a chicken.
basically,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Wait, can we all have an animal sidekick? Because I can speak to animals.
Sure, I don't care.
Not Blim Blum.
Why
He's
not?
too stupid.
But
I
you
would-
have an animal
But-
sidekick already.
He does. I don't.
Yeah, you can just
You can
hang out
talk
with
to
him.
animals. That's like your thing.
Yeah.
You have, every animal is your animal sidekick.
You're right. You're right. But should I just have a go-to one?
I mean, if you want, sure.
If you want to go for it.
Yeah, if you want to
Okay.
go.
All right.
Go
it-
to one.
Yeah, think of an animal that's like always by your side. That's fine with me.
okay. It is a sheep.
A sheep? What's
Of
the sheep's name?
course.
Lamb chop.
Oh no. Okay.
The sheep should have some like quirk, right? Like,
Yeah.
does it know kung fu?
It's a blind sheep, but it can
Okay.
it can see into the future.
Oh man.
Does it speak English?
Yeah.
No, it just bleats a lot. It just screams.
It
But you don't know.
It just knows.
It has
But
critical.
can't
It has
communicate.
critical visions of the future. It has critical. That's so Raven vision, but it just screams at you, so you don't know what it's saying or what it saw.
Oh, that's such a tortured life.
It only tells you when it happens. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
What a cursed.
It can only tell you 3 minutes before it happens.
Oh yes.
So, the size of the sheep, big enough for a chicken-sized dragon to ride?
It's as
Oh,
tall as
yeah.
a person.
No, I would say
Okay.
the sheep is like the size
6 feet
of
tall.
the largest. It's like it's a baby elephant size sheep.
So your sheep is taller than Flim Flam Domingo.
Yeah.
That's like
Okay.
7 feet.
That's okay.
Baby
I can work
elephants
through
that
this.
big?
I mean, it's a baby elephant.
I don't know.
Baby
I don't
elephants
know
are
baby
only like
elephant dimensions.
I
6
have
feet
no
tall.
idea. That was my guess. It was probably
They're
wrong.
usually around like 5 or 6, I would say.
He's from Cambodia. He would know.
Yeah, bro, I see elephants like every third day.
Okay, Josiah. Back to now that we've handled Lamb Chop. What was your dragon's name again?
Blim Blum.
Blim Blum with a U.
Blim Blum, yes.
Gotcha.
That's all lowercase.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Uh,
Flim Flam and Blim Blum. Just to keep that clear.
okay, I love that a lot. Question about your combat
Oh, God.
mechanic. You have a bag of herbs,
Yes, unnamed herbs.
and you throw them at people.
Throw them at people and see what happens.
Do you know what will happen? Like, do you pick out an herb for a specific situation, or are they just bundled up together in a sack?
There are
and you
just
just grab and
a
toss
lot
them?
of herbs. They're the ones labeled safe for consumption, and they're
Okay.
the ones labeled throw at people.
What if you know the intent of the herbs? Like, you know, if it's like good, bad, or like be like, oh, this one's gonna hurt, or this one's gonna like help, but you don't know how.
No, exactly. So that's it. So there's the ones that are good for me, and there's the ones that are bad for me. And those are the ones that we throw at everyone else. Or in certain circumstances, you throw the really strong good ones at other people.
Okay. I'm thinking of a mechanic for this, and I really like it.
It's basically, to put it in D&D terms, it's basically a bag of holding, but like randomized.
I was thinking I'll think of 20 outcomes for these herbs to have.
Perfection.
Like one will be like sets enemy on fire, the other will be like makes enemy have knife hands or whatever. Like some could like not benefit you guys, and you'll roll a d20 and whatever it lands on will.
I think my dice bag
That
is
will
like
happen.
right here.
Oh, sick.
Let me see.
But yeah, I love Flim Flam Domingo so much, and he's a sweet boy that will be on our adventure. Jesse, it's your time now.
Okay. My character's name is Global Recess.
Yes, I have heard much about Global Recess.
He's very politically correct, and this comes into play very often. He's a straight cis Russian, but he's weak, which defies his Russian roots.
Ooh.
He faces no internal conflict, and he is sure about every choice he makes.
Dang.
He is a gnome. And he is a rogue.
Okay. So how does he fight?
Oh.
With facts and reason.
All right.
If he's a rogue, I'm thinking like a dagger type of situation.
Yeah, you would think that, but okay. What he does, he's a Russian gnome. He fights.
Flamethrower.
Of course.
I don't know. It's a little too
On PC.
obvious. Yeah. What's the most PC weapon he could use?
A thesaurus that he just throws at people.
A thesaurus.
Is he hot?
You know what? Inspiration struck. I'm redacting my last statement. He's not a rogue. What am I talking about? He's a bard.
Oh yes.
A bard gnome.
Oh man.
Global Recess, the Russian bard gnome.
What instrument does Global Recess play?
He can play any stringed instrument perfectly, and all other types of instruments he struggles with, but he's still able to like get by. And he has like a, what is it, Mary Poppins has like the infinite bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has a Mary Poppins bag, and it only works that way for instruments.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can you use the instruments as weapons? Can you like hit them with like a snare drum?
I think
Yeah.
that kind of has to be what he does.
Well, no,
That's
bars are support
fantastic.
classes, but I guess that could work.
He could still hit people with it,
I
but
mean,
he
no,
could also
I mean-
play a
He
nice.
can still hit people.
Wait,
could play
for
a
all the
nice little
for all
jig.
the normies, what is a bard?
A bard is someone who uses instruments and kind of plays special songs that can like inspire the party and like give them bonuses, can make them stronger, or he can also play things that kind of disrupt the enemies, or like, I don't know, freeze them in place, or like make them break down in tears, or whatever. I don't know. But basically, Global Recess will play songs that have effects on the team and the enemies,
And
which
then
I think is amazing.
what class is Flim Flam?
He's in a class of his own.
Yeah, he's in the Flim
League
Flam
of their own.
I don't even know how to fit him in a certain class. I guess if I had to choose one, like artificer, because he takes objects and uses them in combat. I don't really know.
I'd say he's like a subset of monk, probably. Just because of the stick combined with like really light magic.
All right, he's a monk. Done.
And what's a druid?
A druid.
Did you pick druid not knowing what it was?
That's wonderful.
You know, to be honest with you, I don't even freaking know what a druid
I
is.
think it's some sort of
Earth magic.
warrior or magic.
Yeah, I know it has
So
magic.
Do any of us actually
clerics
attack?
are divine magic, wizards are magic, and druids are earth magic.
Well, if nobody attacks, I can attack because I have a criminal background, so I'm a little rough around the edges.
Okay, all right. Got a little edge to our campaign here. All right. So I'm guessing you have some spells you can use,
Yes.
as well as your animal talking magic.
I
It
think
might
that
come
the
back.
spells will be like animal adjacent, but yes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. All right, fantastic. Is that everything for all of your characters? Jesse, do you have anything else for Global Recess, or is that all we know about him at the moment?
He has a pet termite.
His pet.
A pet termite. Does it just hang out on the shoulder?
One pet termite.
Is it small or big?
It's a termite. It's just termite
What is-
size.
What is the termite's name?
Miter. Miter the termite.
How do you spell that?
Miter.
Mightier.
Miter the ter. No, mite. Oh, and okay. Miter. Miter.
Miter. Gotcha.
Mite.
The termite. Got it.
Just
Miter.
Miter.
Miter. Miter.
The termite. And does this termite have any special abilities?
Nah.
He's just a termite.
It's just.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, this is
Yeah.
fantastic. These are amazing characters, and I love them so much. Okay, one thing we might need to address is, how do you guys know each other? How is this like party going to be formed, and like how are you coming to go on this adventure together?
well, what is the adventure?
Yeah, that's the thing. We might want to decide on a setting first, and then we can decide on how you all know each other.
How about Flim Flam? Gabs, what was your character's name?
Melody.
Flim Flam. It was too normal. I couldn't remember it. Flim Flam and Melody are.
What if I tried to what if I tried to steal something from Flim Flam and instead he
Yeah.
saw like
The good in you?
like yeah, and he was just like, wait, like let me
The
train
potential.
you. And like maybe I knew him longer than I knew Global Recess.
Whoa.
Where does
Go
Global
way
Recess
back.
come into play?
Yeah, how does Global Recess come into this?
Maybe like we just know each other through Flim Flam. Like maybe
Mutual friends.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
the
they were
fishermen in the
mutual
group.
Mutual Flams.
You're my family.
family.
That will come up multiple times.
Can our D&D group just be called Flamily?
Aw, I love that.
It matches
Family.
with the ego. Flim Flam will gladly accept that title.
So,
Oh, I'll be your I'm Flim Flam's guitar teacher.
great.
And then I go on an adventure with him
Great.
and Melody.
That's wonderful.
If we do the school setting or like the magic school or whatever, we could do like maybe Flim Flam's like an upperclassman, and like I try to steal something, and maybe Global Recess is like the very cool like student teacher or something that like we
Ooh.
like befriended, and like he joined, and like we're doing that.
Yeah. Can Global Recess should be like a guidance counselor. at the school.
Okay, cool.
Because
Yeah,
I feel like that's a PC job.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why it works because he's PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He helps.
I mean,
he
it-
helps
I
other
mean-
people.
Yeah, if that's okay, if that's in your character vision, Jesse.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
It is
okay.
now.
Okay, so
Alright.
we are going with the wizard school setting.
Yeah. Well, we all do some sort of magic, right? So like I do magic. Flim
Kind of,
does
yeah,
like
pretty much.
potions, and then
Well,
Yeah.
Herbs.
herbs.
He does
I'm
herbs.
just gonna leave them as unlabeled herbs.
Yeah, no, that's
Organize
We're
your
really-
system, dude.
No,
What the heck?
no, unorganized is
Herbs.
fine with me. It makes it more fun.
chaotic neutral.
Okay, so to get the story official, we are all in a wizarding school. Melody and Flim Flam Domingo are students at the school, and Global Recess is the guidance counselor of the school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Okay,
What's
You're
our
all-
school name?
wizard school.
We all have like an
Poppy
earthy kind of.
Hoffer's wizarding school.
We do like some weird sponsorship. Like just one of those like really bad knockoff schools.
We go to Lane Students.
Oh no!
Ah,
Wally's Wands Learning Emporium.
Wally's Wand Learning Emporium. It could be. I don't know. I like Toppy Hoffer's Wizarding School for Wizards.
Perfect.
was
Is
that-
that cool with you guys, Toppy Hoffers?
Go for it.
What does that mean?
The headmaster is named Toppy Hoffer,
Obviously, Jesse. They change
Okay.
the name
and
every
he is
5
an
years.
immortal wizard that.
Oh, never mind.
He's immortal?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's OP.
Yep.
Could our
how
school
old-
mascot just be like a thing that already exists in the world, like how I'm a
Hedgehog?
gnome? Like, could our mascot just be like the dwarf? But then like people get upset because that's just like saying like the Asian guy because it's just a race. That's so uncool. I'm sorry.
That's very un-PC of you. Actually, no,
No, I don't support it. I just want that to be the case. Jesse wants that to be the case.
not Global Recess.
No, Global Recess would hate that.
Is
Melody would also hate that.
I don't care.
so the mascot's like the.
This isn't a big point.
I
just
know,
thought
but
of
I
it.
just want to sort this out. The Toppy Hoffer dwarves, and all the dwarves are like, dude, what the frick?
You don't represent us.
It's just not
Toppy
cool.
Hoffer elves, and the elves are like, why are we? What do you mean?
That's very.
I'm an elf.
Wait,
socially-
the Poppy Hoffer elves, but it's all Christmas elves? Like on all the mascot logos?
And they're like, that's not at all how we.
That's not. Yeah.
That's not how we identify.
That's one
Yeah.
subset.
Hashtag
Elves
not all elves.
encapsulate so much more.
That's amazing. Yes.
Did you just
This is
assume
fantastic.
My season roll.
I don't even like Christmas.
Wait, what's
You
our?
think just because I'm an elf, I have to work for Santa?
Big talk from the big man.
Oh man, this is great.
What's our mission?
Are
Yeah,
you
that-
gonna come up with that, or do we come up with that now?
I think I'll come up with that, so it's
Okay.
kind of remains a surprise.
Are we gonna stay
Oh.
at the school?
I don't know, Jesse. We literally
It's
just thought of
cool,
this premise,
apparently.
so I don't really know yet.
I think boarding
figure it out.
school will be easy.
Boarding
Um,
school? Whatever.
I think so. How does that work with your backstory, Josiah? Because you were like a hometown village fishing boy.
I mean, honestly, at this point, my backstory is the part of my character that I'm the least attached to.
Great.
I could just.
You
My
could be
parents
from
had
a-
high aspirations for me. Not meeting them, but we vibing.
Great. Okay. So you, Melody and Flim Flam are students. Global is the guidance counselor. Are we still going with the thing where Melody tries to steal from Flim Flam?
I'm
Okay.
thinking
Oh
maybe,
yeah, and then I have to guide her.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be like a breakfast club, you're all in detention type of thing. That's fun. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, great.
A behavioral support group. Mutual
Yeah.
aid group.
We could have global recess and detention for like leading a protest against the elves.
No, I can't be in detention. I'm a guidance counselor.
Exactly.
No, you're
No,
running
that's-
it. You're
That's
running
the
it.
Oh,
candidate.
okay.
Yeah. That type of thing.
And you guys,
I'm
you're
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
you
I'm
cool
sorry.
kids. You cool kids.
Frick
I'll
you,
go to-
Jesse. Honestly, dude.
Dude, frick off.
Okay. This is fantastic. So we have pretty much everything we need to set up the story.
The eyes.
I love it so much. Wait, can I turn this thing into a green screen?
Wait, what's going on, Jesse?
I'm trying to catch the green screen on my face.
Did you put a green screen? I can't even see it.
No, it's hiding.
I was typing, I couldn't see. Okay. So, it's back. Oh. Okay. So
it so
is
much.
that Pacha?
It's Pacha. But his eyes are blacked out. It's really creepy.
That's fantastic. Okay, so we have our setting, we have our characters, and I will come up with the general plot and inciting incident for next week. I'm very excited. This is going to be such a fun campaign. How this is going to work is this is our main party, us three, and the other sweaty members will come in as side characters or villains. So like Joe or someone, or like Mo or Julia, or will hop in for an episode, maybe two, and they'll just kind of help out with the adventure. And I will assign these guys stats privately because I think all that is very boring. And just like a disclosure, if you know how to play D&D, I haven't DM'd a lot. I don't really care about stats and all that stuff. So it's not a very professional game. We play it pretty fast and loose, kind of.
Perfection.
But either way, it's going to be really fun. I don't think there's anything else we need to address in this first episode. So I think we're all good. So thank you for joining us. I am the DM, and this is the party, Melody, Flim Flam, and Global. We will see you next week with the first official episode of Dungeons and Madmens.
Dungeons and Madmen.
Thanks, guys.